What up, G-Life fam? It's your boy MC Shadow coming at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, check out the playlist. The playlist will have all the videos in the folder, make the video you're looking for a lot easier. Now, what I wanted to talk about today, like the title says, stuck in the 90s. But before we get into that, my channel's never to promote gang violence or the gangster culture or to glorify it. I know people get it confused and twisted. My channel's to provide understanding, not to glorify. Because right here I tell it how it is, and I don't be bullshitting. You know what I mean? Not defending the people that insult gang members, and not defending the gang members even though I'm a gang member myself. I strictly call it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? I can't just agree with you just because it has the right message behind it. But if you're telling nothing but lies, then I can't stand with the lies. I could only speak the truth. Now, because people don't seem to understand that when they say you shouldn't join gangs are stupid, you'll get nothing but death and all of that, right? Everything that people say when they're talking shit about gang members, they need to understand, or if it's you need to understand that people have been saying those very exact same things that you're saying. And I have 9 family members from my hood. All of those things were told to me. How they were going to kick my ass. How you get nothing in this life but death or incarceration. I was told all of this. And I'm not the only one. There's plenty of other gang members that were told this. And guess what? They still become gang members. So clearly, and this has been going on since the 1800s. So clearly your techniques are not working. You know what I mean? Your talking shit is only aggravating the other side, and it's only adding fuel to the fire that's already burning. Get your head out of your, you know what I mean? Because that's your ego, your temper, and all of that getting the best of you. You're not the problem. You're not a part of the solution. You're a part of the problem as well. You know what I'm saying? It takes some understanding about this. You know what I mean? Because I have always said it. When you tell lies to these younger kids, when you're telling them all these lies about this life and everything like that, and then they hang out with them and then they go see for themselves, guess what? Everything you were saying wasn't true. Guess what? Those guys do have jobs. Guess what? Those guys do have their own things. Guess what? They, and blah, 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 blah. Even though if it's only temporary, because later on in the road, they might end up getting killed or go to jail, whatever. But meanwhile, what these youngsters are seeing completely contradicts what you've been saying. So therefore, who looks like the liar in this scenario? You know what I mean? That's why I only call it how it is. And trust me, I have seen results with my technique than the other technique. You know what I'm saying? You'll be surprised what you get when you understand something. When you understand something, you're able to fix the problem because you understand it now. When you don't understand something, how are you gonna fix it if you don't understand it? You get what I'm saying? So my channel is to provide understanding. Because when I do see people making comments like, yeah, look at these gang members, they should go get a job. They do have jobs. Do you know a job that you work 24 hours? Could it not be possible that they're hanging out there before they go to work or after they go to work? If it's not possible that maybe that's what's going on? Is it not possible that, well, the younger ones, well, they can't get jobs because they're younger, that's why they're there, and then the older guys get there when they get out of work? Is it not possible that maybe that's how it works? You think that they're there 24/7 and not going nowhere? Oh, because you think a gang member has to be there 24/7, right? Because that's the lie that has always been fed to you, that these guys don't work and all of that, the lies that have been fed. It's funny, when people repeat something a bunch of times, they actually start believing that it's true. But guess what? You can repeat it 1,000,000 times. Don't make it true. The narrative that they push. That's the reason these youngsters go out there, and then everything that the news, the people that go speak at their schools, and the ex-gang members and everything is a lie to them. Especially younger kids, they actually need to see proof. You know what I mean? They're full of a lot of curiosity. And they're quick to jump the gun because they're naive. So when they see the opposite of what you're saying, then they're just going to believe that you're a liar and all of that. And if he's already looking to become a gang member, there's already problems there, so it's just going to make the decision a lot more easier. You know what I mean? Because the way the parents treat the kid, it shows in that. You know what I mean? They don't want to be home, and their parents don't understand them. That's what that shows. And you ain't gonna tell me those are facts. The gang members don't go inside your house and get the kids and force them to be from the gang. They come willingly because for some odd reason they don't feel comfort in your home around you. I don't know why. You know, the only one that knows the answer to that question is yourself. So look in the mirror and ask yourself that. Now, you know, and like I said, I'm not here to defend gang members or nothing. I'm only here to provide understanding. You know what I mean? Because I hear the insults that people make and everything like that. Not even providing no good advice or no encouraging words. Just insult after insult after insult, and then they wonder why gang members like, oh, you're coming at me like that, and you expect me to listen to you? That's funny. I didn't realize that the world worked like that. Let me give you some advice and come with the same energy and let's see if you'll take my advice. No, you're going to be like, what the fuck's wrong with this fool? He's an asshole. Exactly. You don't get to behave this way just because the other side is bad. Or you don't get to say whatever you want to them and expect no repercussion because they're the bad guys. It's not how the world works. You know? Don't be mad at the bear when the bear eats you. The bear was fine right there sleeping. You went, then you started poking at it. So who's to blame here? The bear or the person that went to go poke him when the bear was just minding his own? You know what I'm saying? You know, like people need to understand that in order, if you want to fix the problem, you have to understand the problem. You have to know why they do what they do, why everything works the way it works. Once you're able to understand that, you won't be able to change those individuals themselves, but you'll be able to see it now and be able to understand it if your kid starts to take that path or starts to go down that way and stuff like that. You're able to now to prevent that from happening, you know, because all those gang members, their parents they'd never seen it coming. How is that? Maybe they didn't understand it, because they think by them talking shit to them or telling them they're gonna beat them up or send them to boot camp, or they think that all of that's gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's only gonna make the problem worse. I should know. Because trust me, I wasn't the only one. There was hundreds and hundreds of more, thousands even. You know what I mean? And guess what? All similar stories. You know what I mean? Their parents were not gang members. Some were, but a majority of them weren't, and a majority aren't, because regular people think that they're not doing anything wrong. That's the problem. Doesn't mean because you're not from a gang doesn't mean you're not doing something wrong. Doesn't mean you're not committing errors. Doesn't mean you're not a bad person or all of this. There's horrible people that are just regular people that are worse than gang members. You know, that go to church and all of that. Just because you go to church and just because you're not from a gang doesn't make you a good person. It's funny. You know, society's views on the matter is the reason why this problem, why it's 2000 to why we're already like fucking in 2030 practically, and I'm exaggerating, but that the problems are still here from the 1800s, because they still want to believe that by them saying all this shit that is gonna change what occurs right here. Nope, hasn't worked. Hasn't been working. You know what I mean? So, but has anybody tried understanding? Nah, because we don't need to understand. Why the fuck? Why should we understand? Nah, we don't need to understand them. Fuck them. Okay. It's funny when it's like they provide them with the answer, but they don't want to accept it. Like, nah, what the fuck is that stupid gang member gonna know? He don't know shit. That's what happens when you think you're elite, above everybody else. You know, you're so stubborn and quick to judge and all of that shit. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. A lot of people commit a lot of errors. Now, another thing that I have heard also is that, oh, these gang members are stuck in the 90's. You know what I mean? Look at the way they dress. I get that a lot because of the way I dress. I still wear size 50s. I still wear my big old jerseys, Ben Davis, Cortezes, long socks. Yes, that's how I dress. I don't dress like that because I'm trying to look down or hard or I'm trying to look tough or nothing. I don't dress like that because I wanted one. I think I'm super gangster. I don't dress like that because of none of that. I dress like that because that's how I feel comfortable dressing. That's how I like dressing. You know, that's my clothes. That's my wardrobe. It's who I am. It's not because I'm trying to be like something. This is just who I am. Now, if you used to probably dress like that to fit in or because you thought it was cool, because when you say we're not in the 90s no more, oh, so it was just a phase, it was just a trend. I don't know about you, my boy, but to me it was no phase and no trend. This is who I really am. To you, maybe that's who you were trying to fit in and trying to be a part of the trend and all that, but not me, my boy. This is just who I am. You know what I mean? And if there's homies that used to dress like that but now they dress different, I take nothing away from them. I have a lot of homies that are like that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, those homies don't be saying those fucking remarks. You get what I'm saying? Because they understand that because they were once like that. You know what I mean? And for whatever reason people decide to change their, you know, the way they are or whatever, that's on them. You know what I mean? But they don't go and criticize the next individual for it. The ones that do it, those are the ones that try to fit in and thought they were cool and down. Those are those people. The wannabes. That's why they're speaking all that shit that they're speaking. You know what I mean? Because you know, you could change the way you are and have some homies that are still like that, and but you're not gonna insult them or bash them for it. You know what I mean? You know, like, why would you? You know what I mean? Some of my homies, I have like my older homies, right, that don't dress like this no more, whatever. They have never once told me that. Why do I still dress like that or something? And even my homies that grew up from my time, you know, that you know. Even like my closest of dogs, you know, like Crimes, Dopey, Menace, and a few others. You know what I mean? You know, now they dress, you know, like normal or whatever, you know, like casual, pues. They never once tell me like, why do you still dress like that and blah blah blah. They never once tell me that, and I don't never once tell them like, fool, why'd you change up how you dress? The clothes doesn't make the gang member. It's not about how you dress, talk, or walk, or nothing like that. It's about your heart and your balls. And that when shit really goes down, you know, then you'll see the real colors. Because the clothes is not gonna, you know, make the gang member in that moment, or the way he talks, or the way he walks. None of that. It's gonna be about his actions. You know what I mean? And actions don't have a way of talking, walking, and dressing. Get what I mean? I have homies with long hair, with bald head, with no hair. I have homies with long socks, with ankle socks. I have homies with baggy clothes, with tight clothes. I have homies that look like rockers, that skaters. So I have homies that look like everything. And if you guys go back and look at all the viral pictures, and you look at all the pictures with all the gang members, just really pay attention to those pictures. You'll see that there's gang members with no hair, long hair, short hair, fades, tapers. You see them all different kinds. Some that look like paisas, rockers, skaters, greasers. You have them in all different kinds. You know, go and look at all those pictures and tell me if I'm lying. You have them every different kind of way that there is, because it's about your heart and your balls. The ones that think it's about talking like this, and all of that, the ones that think that makes a gang member are the ones that have been watching too many movies or hearing too many Chicano rap or something. I don't know. I don't even know what the hell it is, to be honest with you. You get what I mean? See, it's good to be prideful of the Chicano culture and stuff like that, but you know when somebody is just naturally a part of the Chicano culture, and when somebody is trying too hard to be a part of the Chicano culture. You know what I mean? Because he never was around it. He never was. He's trying to imitate something he's not. That's why it comes off, you know, like how they say too much crema los tacos and all of that. You know what I mean? You know, because when you're like this, it's just naturally like that. It's just the way it is. It's all about the heart and balls. It's not a phase, not a trend. And like I said, I'm not here to glorify it or to talk good at it, because you get nothing out of this. You know what I mean? But it is to provide understanding. I can't speak ill like you, spitting lies. You know what I mean? Because I could only tell it how it is. I could only call it the truth. And that's not the truth. When I was posted on the block, when I was a younger, when I was a youngster and my younger homies, whatever, all my older homies had jobs. You know what I mean? All my older homies had jobs. Maybe like a few of them didn't, but a majority of them did have jobs. You know what I mean? And when I go still chill with my little homies and stuff like that, me and my homies and stuff like that, me and my homies, we have jobs. So I don't know. That's just the cycle. But people over here are saying que no, que it's not true, que no, I don't know what. Like, you want those guys to have jobs? They're only like 13 or 14 years old. Like, who do you? And then the older guys show up after work. So I don't get it. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, I don't know. I'm making this up. Okay, the person that's actually there is making it up, and the people that are not there they're the ones telling the truth. Oh, okay. We actually are part of this life, but you that has never banged a day in your life, you're gonna know actually what happens. Oh, okay. I see. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that's how it worked. Oh, well, I guess I was wrong. Sorry. Come on now. Like I said, there's a better way to steer these youngsters, because people are gonna be like, oh, so what? We should just let them be gamers. Like, no, ain't nobody saying that. You gotta call it how it is. You get nothing out of this life and blah blah blah, but you have to be able to provide some understanding, and actually come right to the table if you want change. Because when you come with that energy, the only thing you're gonna get in return is the very exact same energy. I'm just saying. Hey, Shadow, we out.